Good morning, everyone. I decided to go live today to talk about something that's so important in one of the courses that I run, and that's communication skill and conflict resolution. The one subject that always comes up is forgiveness. And we all have family members, friends that somehow, some way hurt us, or at least we perceive it as a hurtful moment. So I want to talk about the profound transformation of forgiveness. Now, first of all, let's define forgiveness. Forgiveness is really a conscious decision. It's a decision to release a feeling of resentment and any feeling of a bad feeling that you have towards someone who has harmed you, regardless of whether they deserve your forgiveness or not. And it's important to note that forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning the wrongdoing towards you. Forgiveness is all about freeing yourself from the burden of anger and bitterness. Why is it so important to forgive? Well, the first thing is because when you hold on to grudges, it can lead to prolonged anger, stress, and even depression. It really affects your emotional well being, which is something we'll talk about in February as I cover the month of emotional feelings. Forgiveness allows us to heal emotionally and regain our inner peace. Studies also have shown that when you forgive, it can lead to lower blood pressure. It improves your heart health and it strengthens your immune system. Because when you are holding those grudges, you are harming your physical health. And lastly, forgiving fosters healthier relationships by promoting the understanding and empathy. It allows us to move towards something else in future with passing that grievance on and releasing that pain. Now, there's something that I read and I highlighted because I really want to read it to you guys. Forgiveness is a gateway to a heart. Acceptance, allowance, and unconditional love are a gateway for the heart. When you forgive others, not because you think they deserve it, but because deep down if in you, you know that they are operating from the egoic subconscious program. And you know that you deserve peace. Now, the one thing that I've read and that was so interesting and so profound to find out that people that harm or do bad things to others, or at least the way you perceive it, right? They really act through their ego. And if you are holding a resentment, if you are holding that grudge towards someone, you are operating from an ego standpoint. Ego standpoint is not the true self. And in order for you to grow, to expand, and to evolve, you really have to open your heart. Opening your heart releases that ego, releases those grudges, and it allows you to be more peaceful. So how is that process of forgiving happens? So first of all, acknowledge, recognize, and accept the pain that caused by the offender. This is a crucial step before you start healing because you acknowledge the hurt. The second step is to understand the context of the offense and the perspective of the person who harmed you. This doesn't justify their action, but provides an insight. It's basically reflecting on the situation. It provides empathy. I know it's very hard to understand the other person when they hurt you, but for me it helps because we all have people that wronged us. For me, it helps to justify them as something they didn't know, something they didn't really understood that is hurting because they themselves acting out of ego. Next step is to make a conscious decision to let go of the resentment. That is so important. Remember, forgiveness is more for your well being than for the offender. Make that decision to forgive. This the forgiveness itself will allow you to free yourself of this jail of resentment, of anger. Once you acknowledge and decide to forgive, take an action. And when I say take an action, one of the best ways that have helped me was to write everything you feel down. Write it down in a form of letter, even if you don't send it. It just takes it out from your heart, put it on your paper, and when you read it, yes, it might cause you crying. It may cause you a little bit of emotions in the way, but it takes it out of you. If a person that wronged you is someone that you want to have a conversation with, have a conversation, not an argument, a conversation. Express how you feel, not how they made you feel, but how you perceive it. And of course, engage in meditation. Meditation really helps. Meditation and mindfulness help you release those resentment emotions. And without that, it's really hard to proceed. It's really, really hard to hold those pains. Allow yourself to move forward. Embrace the peace that comes with forgiveness. Release it and heal it. We often hold ourselves to high standards, and we can be harsh in critics, right? So when we recognize our own mistakes is the first step towards self-forgiveness. A lot of times we need to involve self-forgiveness before we can forgive others. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. Remember, everyone makes mistakes. Be kind to yourself the way you would have been kind to someone else. View your past actions as learning opportunities that contribute to personal development. So in conclusion, I just want to say that forgiveness is a powerful tool that liberates us from those anger, resentment feelings and promotes emotional and physical well-being. I really encourage each of you to reflect on areas in your life where you need to forgive. Forgiving is my title of today's live. You are doing it for yourself. You're forgiving for the act of giving, whether it's towards others or towards yourself. It can play such a transformative role in your life. As Dr. Martin Luther King said, he wisely said that forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a constant attitude. So let's strive to embody this attitude in our daily lives. And when it is possible, when you think that conversation is not possible and you really can't fix the other person. You absolutely cannot fix the other person, whoever that other person is. You can fix the reaction towards them. And so when you fix that reaction, one of my best way is walking away. And I walk away not to teach those people a lesson, because they will never learn. I walk away because I have learned my lesson. And my lesson is, you cannot fix the other person. You can only fix the reaction that you have towards them. So I hope that this short, spontaneous live helps, because I really wanted to address those multiple questions I've been getting. But how do you do that? How do you forgive? There's so many people that wronged me, and I don't hold grudges. I still smile to them. I still say hello. I don't turn away. I don't find ways to vindicate, because you know what? I deserve my peace, and that's how I do it. And I really acknowledge you all for being here, and I want you to take that lesson and forgive. Whether it's forgiving yourself or forgiving others, forgive so you can give. Thank you so much for being here today and for the willingness to embrace that forgiveness and healing. Have a great weekend, guys.